Hey there, and welcome to the ADK channel. I, of course, am Dave. There's no Kirk or Andy with me today, but who do I have with me today? I have the guys, or at least three parts of the four of Velour Fog. Welcome to the channel.
Thanks for having us, man.
Cheers, dude.
You're more welcome. Unfortunately, your bass player is unfortunately not well, so we wish him obviously a speedy recovery. But I do thank you guys for obviously joining me on the channel.
Unfortunately, he couldn't make it tonight, man, because he's actually with a woman tonight.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's already paid for it, so
He's already paid. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you're not going to get the money back on that one.
so
We've got to go through some of the usual sort of stuff that I like to talk about. So the band, from my understanding, has been together since 2021. Would that be approximately about correct?
We'd probably pin it more 2022.
it was the end of 2021, wasn't it?
Yeah. Right.
Okay, so talk to me a little bit about how did the actual band come together? Did you guys know each other beforehand and just start this band, or was this a find me a band musician advert type thing kind of thing going on? How did this all come about?
Yes, it's a good story. So we met in a bar in Croydon. Which was a good night.
Yeah, I was hosting a burlesque night.
Yeah, man, it was badass evening. We played in the blackjack tournament, and that's how we met.
So me, the lead guitarist and the bassist, we were all playing in a three-piece band there, and we just thought, you know what, let's make it a four-piece, and that's how it's all come together.
Okay, and tell me about the name Velour Fog, because it's a. I mean, when I saw the word fog, my first thing was I just started thinking about fog hat, and I started thinking about that kind of style of music. And you guys are not like Fog Hat, but you're a very distinct sound. And we'll talk about your sound in a little bit. But the name Velour Fog is it's an odd name. So just can you help me explain it to me? Explain where the name came from.
We were sitting down, we were going through the list. We were thinking we need a badass name, right? A badass name for a badass rock band. And we were just going for a few things. The Charlie Sheens or the Charlie Waffles was a very good one.
That came up a lot.
Zep Brannigan's.
Zep Brannigan's.
And then eventually, we just like Velour Fog, written in the stars, man.
Yeah.
Okay. You've had your new single come out, which is a really interesting. I've got to ask about where it was shot first of all, because that's the weirdest filming location I've ever seen. Where the hell did you film that video?
Do you like Crazy Golf?
Was it a Crazy Golf thing? Was it?
Yeah, man.
It was, yeah.
I thought it was a Chuck E. Cheese or something weird. I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah, man. No, it's a really cool location, especially it's our first video we've done. So thanks to those guys there at Puck Crazy for letting us film. Of course, it was awesome, man. So yeah, anyone who hasn't seen it as well, go check it out because it's a badass. You definitely have to check
the video out. Yes. So when you guys got together, there's obviously bands start talking about what sort of styles their music they want to do and how they want to approach music. Without me start going into the stylization of what you guys sound like, how did you come up with your sound?
Well, we were watching a lot of like old school 90s WWF, what I mean? And it's like The Rock, my guys, The Rock and Stone Cold, they just inspired me to, want to pick up my instrument again and just electrify crowds across the country, man, across the world.
Okay. Because you've got this, yes, you've definitely got this Yunwig, Malmsteen. If I said that correctly, if I didn't, I apologise.
No
but very much
his name, man.
No,
no one can ever. It's that guy, the guy that shreds. But you've definitely got that style of guitar playing. It's a real weird mix of Alice in Chains meets Yunwig, Malmsteen with a bit of Skid Row thrown in there for good measure, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
There's definitely, I think, when I watched you guys at your Heat in Metal to the Masses, I think it was the very last song you did. And because I was just sitting there reeling off things going, well, that sounds really like an Alice in Chains influence, but then he's just gone and thrown some sort of shredding Mozart piece in there. Where's that come from? And then, oh, hang on, we're going to go off and do something else now in style. And then we got to like the last song, and I think I was like, wow, that just sounds like a Sebastian Bach Skid Row track, which I'm a big Skid Row fan, so I'm like, yeah, I love that sort of stuff. And I was one of the judges on that night, by the way, so I was able to. And it was a real.
What did you give us?
I can't give you the final score, Unfortunately,
Come
we're not
on,
allowed to do
baby.
that.
Come on,
But
Why don't we
I
throw you
can
a
tell
Benjamin your way, man?
Benji.
Huh?
Throw you a Benji. Maybe you can tell us a score.
My friend Benjamin Franklin.
We're not allowed. No, we're never allowed to give you the final scores. But I can tell you that I did put down a higher score on songwriting originality. Because that's one of the things I did turn around when I remember scoring that higher, because there is a lot of metal bands that come out who sound a lot like everyone else.
Oh yeah.
And I think when we were discussing your recent video, we kind of called Velour Fog Marmite.
Ooh.
Because some people, you either
yeah.
really like Velour Fog or you're going to really hate Velour Fog because it's really not your thing.
Oh, we want both of those tricks. Definitely want both of that. I want people to hate us a bit.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Come down and watch the show. Let us know how much you hate us.
Yeah,
But at the same time, you're coming to the show.
There's also an element of confusion a lot of the time, because you're like, okay, I'm getting this cool Alice in Chains vibe. Where's this solo thing come from? What, I don't understand what's happening. What's going on? But what it has made us all realise is it's really interesting to watch you guys, because there's something, you're not doing anything about what like everyone else is doing on the scene, and I think that makes you guys stand out. So everything from your image, your stage performance, how much of this is something that you've really put behind you? How much of this is something that, or put out in front of you, like you've planned it, or how much of this is like stuff that you just comes naturally to you? Tell me about that.
This is it, baby.
It's very organic, isn't it, boys?
Pretty much. This is who we are. But at the same time, it's like when we go out on stage, we take it to another level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when we're together, it's like we're focusing on the creating of the music, making stuff sound really cool, making it sound badass. But at the same time, when we go out on stage, we know that we can't just relax. We've got to take it to the next step. We've got to get the audience engaged. And we've got to check. We've got to
Go electrify.
Exactly. we've got to just bring it, and that's our ethos.
You know, like the Stone Cold Stunner. That's what we want musically. You know.
Right.
It's when the adrenaline really kicks in, doesn't it? And you get like you feel it in your loins.
But you know, man, it's like everyone grows up. Well, at least everyone in this scene grow up. You know, you've got your idea of a rock star, the ideal rock star, and you know, we all aspire to be that kind of
that one
that lifestyle, live that lifestyle, you know.
Yeah.
So I noticed there's a lot of I guess when we talk about your influences that we kind of picked out just listening to your sort of playing. Yeah, and even from your stage personas, your mannerisms, etc., we pick up a lot of Americana. So what about, are there any English classic 80s, 90s rock bands that influence your style as well?
Sure, man. So I'll explain the American thing a little bit, man. I mean, we just love Tom Cruise, you know? We just love him. And Clint Eastwood, you know? You got Van Damme. You know, it's just so many greats.
Stallone, Schwarzenegger.
Oh, man, keep going. But anyway, so, yeah, man, I mean, of course, you know, you love Sabbath, man. You can't go wrong with Sabbath. You really can't. I'm just trying to think, man. Well, that's the thing. You're right, man. It's America rules.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah.
it's mainly the stuff we grew up consuming as kids.
Right. Okay.
Oh,
I like King Crimson as well. They're cool.
Yeah,
they're a cool band as well. Yes. So, what have we got on the plan then for this year? So, are we going to see something different for the quarterfinals for the Metal to Masses? Are we going to get a very similar set to what you had in the heats, or have you got anything special change? You know?
Yeah, you're gonna have to come down and watch it, man. We can't give away trade secrets.
The thing is, man, you come see our band, man. You know, it's real. You know, there's no bullshit. You know, we're not trying to pretend to do something, right? So, like, when we play the songs, man, it's never the same thing twice. That's bullshit. You know, it's not perfect.
But at the same time, it's raw. It's us. It's personal. And when you come and see us, we're gonna make sure you have a good night. And when you're out there in the crowd enjoying it, doesn't matter if, say, you heard the song that we played it 6 months ago at a different venue. When you're hearing it live that night, you're getting the experience of seeing and hearing that song at that night in that moment.
Okay. So what about, though, for the rest of this year? So we've got your single that's come out, you've got your music video. What else have you got planned for Velour Fog for the rest of 2023?
Well, I don't know how much I can really talk about it, but there is like labels interested, and etc.
Okay.
I don't know if I can talk about it too much.
Important people.
Yeah, man.
In terms of releases,
we got a lot of stuff recorded at the moment. Quite a lot of stuff recorded. You know, I'm doing all the production and stuff at the moment on it. We still got a few more guitars and things to lay down, but there'll be more things coming out, you know, in the coming months. And of course, like, we're working behind the scenes to try and bring it to a bigger level. So yeah, I can't really say more than that, man.
No. And I suppose with the releases, are you thinking to release it as singles, or are you going to release an album in one go? What's your sort of thought process there?
It's going to be singles.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna
music video for everything.
We're gonna
as
make
well.
you wait for every track.
We don't want to do any tracks without a music video, because in like the modern world, you know, like, it's just need a goddamn music video.
People need something to catch their attention. People need to be glued. They don't do that with just tracks nowadays. People need something else.
That's true. You've got to maximize it. You've got to go for every different angle, all the social medias. You've got to get it in front of everyone's single faces. So, no, sounds good. And I'm really looking forward to seeing your quarterfinals, which is for anyone that's watching this, Sunday, 28th of May. Make sure you get down to Club 85 in Hitchin to give these guys your support. And of course, also the other bands that are playing on the bill. So, and you need to get there for doors open. So, doors open at 6:30. So, nice and early on a Sunday. Get some drinks in. That's what you got to do. And I just want to say, look, big thank you to the guys from Velour Fog. Unfortunately, no bass player today, but for the three of you for coming on the channel, having a chat, and obviously check out our reaction to their video, and keep an eye on them. Go to their channel, subscribe to their Facebook pages, and say hello, be a follower, and just big thank you to you guys.
Cheers, man. Appreciate that.
Cheers, man.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Catch you in a bit.